My man. Doing the most. Doing the most. You know I had to remix this bitch. Shout out our boy. If I get caught up in a storm, pray the rain just keep me calm. All my life I dealt with pain, see no evil cause on. Chop along just like a arm, new bitches we fucking on. Doing wrong without them knowing, I'm the GOAT if you ain't know it. And you can't go do what I've been through. Wish I had somebody I could vent to. And you can't go through what I've been through. Wish I had somebody I could vent to. I just need someone to call on. I've been making moves like Michael Corleone. I won't say that shit until it's set in stone. Bitch, don't say my name if you gon' say it wrong. I can't touch these drugs and keep.
Yo, it's your boy CT Crusher here checking in. Just wanting to remind y'all to go subscribe to my homie Hoodie Jube for the Hoodie Jube live podcast. We talking pressing topics here for you every night of the week. Hit that ding dong bell to make sure you don't miss an upload. Come join in on the conversation. Help us expand the community. We do a lot of giveaways, give away to a lot of charities, giving away to the local children's hospital. And oh, by the way, if you want a chance to win free NFL tickets, yes, I said that, free NFL tickets, make sure you subscribe and hit the ding so you don't miss a chance to win free NFL tickets. Peace out.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Hoodie Jube, and if you're looking for the best restaurant in town, man, go try Weed Ass Chicken and Shrimp, man. They have the best chicken wings, the best chicken tenders, the best fried shrimp, the best fried catfish, and their fries are so amazing, covered with ranch, cheese, bacon, jalapenos. Oh my! Yes, you heard it. Go try it out. They got 4 locations: Monroe, Louisiana, Marrero, Louisiana, New Orleans, Louisiana, and Houston, Texas, baby. Go try it now.
Right, man. What up? I won't speak on nothing but the real. You know how I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? Say we've been down for too long. The only way is up, it's time to move on. Never leave your house without your shoes on. Them killers want to spot you, cannot move on. Ain't worried about that girl, I tell them move on. They say it's my fault, but I'm feeling I can't do wrong. Cut all my partners off, let me open like the roof gone. Long talks and I ain't never changed, it's just been too long. Let it shake and back and that's a fact, so I'm turned up. Fall up in the club, I'm going down and I'm like, what's up? Throw me in that water, I won't go down, I'm too up. She want with a man, I knock that hoe down, I'm too up. Told all the friends, now she just want me to grow up.
You can't see us, our time is now. Saints going to the Super Bowl, talking black and gold. Cameron Jordan on the field, about to take a QB soul. Ever Camaro break a tackle, so you know he bold. Mike Thomas catching everything, so you know he cold. We talking Byron Matthew, we talking Marcus May. We in the backfield, we gon' make them pay. Them boys hitting hard, they need an X-ray. Yeah. We talking black and gold. 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 Straight to the Super Bowl. Your time is up. Our time is now. Say hoodie, you can't see us. Our time is now. Hoodie droop in the building. We shining now. We shining. You can't see us. Our time is now. You heard me? Your time is up. Our time is now. You can't see us. Our time is now. Say hoodie, hoodie droop in the building. We shining.
Here he is, Hoodie Jube.
What do you think, Cam, when you see Sean Payton wearing orange right now, being introduced as the new head coach of the Denver Broncos?
Man, I knew he was going to a bigger market, but I mean, when I thought bigger market, I was thinking LA, Dallas. You know, for a second, I was thinking New York, and then you said Denver, and I said, well, when I said bigger market, I was clearly wrong. We're about similar. You say no?
Does it upset you?
No, not at all. I mean, once you move on, right?
Right.
It probably would have upset me had he like left the Saints and then like, hey, I'm going to Denver immediately. He went to TV. He chilled out for a little bit.
Yeah.
And you know, he said in his press conference he wasn't done with coaching. He was just done with the Saints. He just broke up with us, right?
Right. Yeah.
I appreciate, you know, just like anything, I appreciate the years that we had together and wish him well. And we got a first rounder out of it.
Who's your quarterback this year? Do you think?
Great question. Um, the last couple of days it's got sort of real spicy over there on Twitter, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You've seen a
Derek
former
Carr.
black and silver quarterback and
Yeah.
maybe put into a black and gold situation. I heard that he's visiting. Right? There's that. I think I saw that yesterday that he's visiting somewhere online. He's visiting New Orleans. I'm in Arizona, so I mean, I'm clearly not in that invite situation.
Right.
It's crazy.
Well, you would have been if
Yeah, I
you
mean,
were
I
there.
got kids. He's got kids.
Of course.
I've been in New Orleans for 12 years. He's, possibly heading there.
Right.
Yeah,
You'd be fine with that.
I mean, I've had decent conversation with DC. I like him as
So
a
you
person.
have conversation. You've
We were at the Pro Bowl
Did
last week. Was
did you
I
go up to
actively
him?
recruiting? I don't know. I don't know where that lies. I'm always actively recruiting. I don't even know if that's poaching. I'm just always actively recruiting. I saw Darren Waller. I'll say, hey, bud, your quarterback may be coming our way. Come on over. He's got a new head tattoo, and I said, wow,
Okay.
that would look great in black and gold.
Okay. All right. When you think now that Brady's gone, this division is completely wide open now.
I thought with Brady being here, the division was wide open. It's not like we were out of it.
This guy, man.
Yeah.
I forgot. You kept putting the bang thing on him. You're gonna miss beating him up then?
No, I mean we lost to him twice this year. I can't even front. It hurts. But also the year before we beat him 9-0.
Right.
I like us. I always like us.
I know you do. I know you do. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel.
Who that, everyone? How is everybody doing today? And yes, today is the Super Bowl, and your boy's pulling for the Chiefs. Screw them Eagles, you know what I'm saying? I know we got some Eagles fans that are subscribed to me, but hey, I don't like the Eagles right now. I want Mahomes to win his second Super Bowl. That's what I'm cheering for. Just saying. Sorry, Eagles fans. Sorry. But I do want to let everybody know that not too long ago on Twitter, Ian Rappaport came out and it says that Derek Carr has informed his team that he won't accept a trade to the New Orleans Saints or any other team. The team is suspected to release him and he will be a top free agent. Basically, a lot of people are tripping out when they read that. Just letting people know this ain't no, saying, oh, I'm not coming to New Orleans type of thing. No, that's not what he's saying. What the brother is saying is he is not giving the team that he played for a long time that basically just stabbed him in the back and said, here you go, I'm benching you for Stidham. Basically saying, we're done with you. Instead of doing it in a better, more polite way for him being there for that long in that bad organization that they were. He stuck around and did his thing, but you just stab him in the back like y'all did. So what is he saying? Y'all not getting a pick off of me or none. You can pay my contract and deal with it, or you can release me and I'll go find me a new home. And don't forget, he did visit with the New Orleans Saints twice already. So me looking at this, seeing him having two visits. So instead of making the Saints having to pay for his big contract that he's gonna have to get, and even having to waste a pick that would go to the Raiders, probably like 2 or 3 picks probably that would have went to him just for him. He said, "Screw it! I informed my team that I'm not trading. You're not trading me to the Saints or nobody. You ain't trading me to nobody. You're just gonna have to release me, and you ain't getting shit from me." So I think that's how this is gonna work out. I think Derek Carr is still gonna be a top. I think the Saints are still one of the top teams for him because you ain't heard other teams, even try and was even interested in trading for you. So they wasn't even calling and wasn't interested in trading for you. Then why should they be interested now? Because you think you will go to the team that was interested in you in the first place that would trade picks for you. So I do think the Saints are still at the top of the list for Derek Carr to come saying he did go and visited twice with us. One had a dinner and then came back in the next day or two and basically hung out again for a while. So I really do see Derek Carr probably still coming here. I think it's just to help out the Saints to where they can redo him and sign him to a new contract and to where the Raiders don't get anything out of it, but the Saints don't have to waste no pick on him. That's my guess. So don't take it the wrong way like some people are saying. And by the way, I do want to give everybody a shout out real quick before we actually start getting into the some more details and stuff about Michael Thomas and more details on the Derek Carr situation. So we got Jerry, the old freaking G in the building. Who that to you, Jerry? We got Miss Dana.
Who that to you, Miss Dana? We got Chemo Slice. Who that to you? We got Chamel Kellop. Who that to you? We got my guy, Uneducated Sports Talk. Who that to you? And also, if y'all haven't already, make sure y'all subscribe to Uneducated Sports Talks. Best commentary on YouTube that you're going to find. Let's see. We got Young City Knife Ward. Who that to you? Who that to you, Big Daddy Juby? Who that to you, Dad? Glad to see you in the chat. Let's see. Who else we got up in this thing? Got him. Who that to you? Got a creation. Who that to you? Let's see. Who that to your T? Who that? Let's see. John Tavius Harwell. Who that to you? Keeping it real. Who that sports podcast? Who that to your Doe 17? Make sure y'all also subscribe to his channel as well if y'all haven't already. Who that? David Jones. Who that to you? Let's see. Anybody else? Okay. Byron Parker. Who that to you? Alrighty. I believe that's everybody so far. So who that to everybody that is in the chat. Now, let's just continue on and talking about the Derek Carr. So remember, Derek Carr did visit with the Saints twice already. So they definitely got some mutual respect for each other, especially between Dennis Allen and Derek Carr, because don't forget back when he was with the Raiders, Dennis Allen did draft Derek Carr, but only got the coaching for about 4 weeks, and then he got fired. I think he was going on his third season with them, and he already had 2 losing seasons, but he finally got to draft a guy like Derek Carr. Was never really able to coach him, though, because he got fired for 4 games into the season. So Derek Carr did say, he did go on to say that he does have respect for Dennis Allen. They always kept in touch, because he was the coach that believed in him, drafted him, and wasn't able really to coach him. So don't forget, they do have respect for each other. They both have been keeping, connections with each other. And that's why he came in, visit us, the first team to visit, came and basically visited us twice, hung out with us, and now he's just basically telling his Raiders, "You're not gonna trade me, bro, to the Saints or to nobody. I got the no trade clause in me. You just gonna have to release me, brother." So that's basically good for the New Orleans Saints because that's saving us draft picks that we don't have to waste, and we don't have to take on that big contract of his that he was about to get. He can come here, sign with us, get us a cheaper deal than what it is, probably put more of the money on the back end like we'd be doing with all the other players, make him get paid the same money that he might want, but it will come into incentives on what stuff he, depending on what he does on the field, stuff like that. Maybe like, if he throws 30 touchdowns next year, if he with the Saints, he'll make more money. Da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what the Saints are going to probably do with the Derek Carr. I think a lot of people are tripping when they see the Derek Carr shit. We ain't moving on. We're moving on. Y'all, Derek Carr ain't coming, man. It just says that no. If y'all read the thing carefully, it literally says that he informed his team that he is not being traded to the Saints or any team at all. That means he wants to be released, no matter what. He wants to be released. So I think that's a big sign for the New Orleans Saints, y'all, because like I said, we don't have to waste no draft picks on this. We don't, and we don't have to fight that big contract. We can give him whatever contract that we want and that fits him, to play for us. Another thing that I wanted people to say, and shout out to my boy Who That Nation, um, who has a YouTube as well. He came up with this little scenario thing, and basically what happened was people found out that Derek Carr interviewed with the Saints. So when they did that, you know how you got your New Orleans fans that will Photoshop a picture and put another player inside, that uniform that they maybe visited or rumored to go to. Da da da. Well, somebody did that and put Derek Carr in the Saints uniform, and Derek Carr's brother actually posted that on his own Twitter page and said that life is a movie, saying, "Hey, he likes it." If he went to the New Orleans Saints, and with that happening, which I thought was really, really interesting, and like I said, this came from Who That Nation, who noticed all of this. Michael Thomas liked that photo that Derek Carr's brother posted of him in a Derek Carr in a uniform, in a Saints uniform. So seeing that was very interesting, and kind of made me think about some stuff. And also, Michael Thomas been posting a lot of stuff on Instagram lately, of him in the Saints uniforms, and all of that. And also the other thing that Who That Nation card that caught my attention even more was Michael Thomas got on to Nick Underhill, the Saints reporter, because the way Nick Underhill, I guess, um, phrased one of his Twitter posts was that Michael Thomas was basically going to probably be gone after the season. He's basically cut off the roster because of the restructure of his contract and how much they owe. Like they saying he's probably gonna be out the door. Well, Michael Thomas didn't like that. It was basically saying, I'm keeping these receipts. You better not try to reword this or whatever. Basically saying, you're trying to imagine that, oh yeah, I'm probably not gonna be on the team. Basically I guess he didn't like that. And to be honest with you, there is a lot of rumors going around saying that Michael Thomas could be staying with New Orleans and redo a contract that is, reasonable for us to keep him. And reasonable to where we can sign a guy like Derek Carr to the roster. So it sounds like if the Saints go hard and everything falls into place like it's going so far, where you don't have to waste no draft picks, get Darren Carr in here at a reasonable price, um, then Michael Thomas will most likely re-sign on a reasonable price for you too, to bring in a guy like Derek Carr, um, and he'll probably stay. And if that happens, that will be a really good offense. Derek Carr at QB with a Chris Olave, Michael Thomas, Rashid Shaheed. Another guy that I can see probably coming back next year if we do sign a guy like Derek Carr is a guy like Jarvis Landry, because don't forget this past offseason he signed with the Saints because he wanted to show his New Orleans, family, where he came from, that hey man, I can show you what I'm worth. I'm gonna show you, man. I'm gonna ball out for my city. And what happened? He only played like 4 or 5 games, if that. Maybe six, if that. Because he got hurt and he was out for a while. And I know that ain't how Jarvis Landry wanted to end his career. It's just, come to New Orleans for 1 year and can't even do nothing for his city because he was hurt so much. I think he's got a reason to come back. And plus, he ain't gonna get no big contract anywhere, y'all, because of the injury last year and barely playing. Like, who's gonna offer him a big contract when last year they didn't want to? You think they're gonna do it this year because of his performance last year, only playing 4 games? I doubt that. I doubt that. But that's another player I can see coming back. If I can see him coming back regardless of who the quarterback is. But if you bring Derek Carr, that gives you a better chance of a guy like Jarvis Landry, re-signing with the New Orleans Saints. So, um, also, I think they said something about Drew Brees, got interviewed on the show, was asked about Derek Carr, and he said that would be a great opportunity for the New Orleans Saints and for Derek Carr, man. And he said, I don't know if you remember, but when I was quarterback, we played against them twice, and Derek Carr beat us both times. So, Derek Carr is a very good quarterback. I say he's a top 10, top 15 quarterback in this league. Um, the only sad thing about a Derek Carr, he kind of reminds me of a Matthew Stafford, basically. Was in a situation where he never had a great defense, never had a great team basically around him, and you were basically stuck there in that organization. You finally got switched out to the Rams team, who had a good defense, who had a good roster around you, and look what happened. You go to a Super Bowl. I think that's the same thing with a Derek Carr, man. He never had a top 20 defense. He always had a 20 and below defense. That is not, you ain't gonna make it to no Super Bowl. Matter of fact, you're not barely gonna make the playoffs with a top 20 defense, especially with the roster he had all them years that he was playing with. It was finally the last few years he finally got a good roster, and a guy like Darren Waller, or got a guy like Devontae Adams to come play for him. He really never really had those type of people. And whenever they did have good defensive players or good offensive players, they would just leave, because the organization was booty. But Derek Carr did waste his time and did stay there. So I'm just trying to tell people I really do think that the Saints have a really good shot this offseason of getting a guy like Derek Carr. And also, I think Michael Thomas could be staying in the building with the way he's reacting to all these reporters and, with the stuff he's posting on Instagram, him responding to stuff with Derek Carr being in the Saints uniform. I really do think Michael Thomas might be staying for really, really, really for a cheap price. You know what I'm saying? I really do. But I see you, Chiefs Live. Who that to you? And go Chiefs, man. I'm pulling for the Chiefs, and I know my boy Philly just came in there. He said the Raiders are buns. I think they kind of buns too with the way they did their organization, the way they did Derek Carr too. You know what I'm saying? But Philly. I'm going for the Chiefs, my bro. I know you're an Eagles fan, but I gotta go with the Chiefs just because you know I'm just not really an Eagles fan, my man. I'm just really not the biggest fan, especially with y'all fans talking shit about my Saints. You know what I'm talking about with that trade. We can steal from y'all and all kind of stuff. I don't like that. All right, let's see Mahomes win another Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Pelican knowledge at Hoodie. I'm going to wait and see if Derek Carr come to the Saints because Dennis Allen, your ass is on the line. Yeah, your job is on the line, my brother. And he knows he's gonna have to change it around, so he's gonna have to do something. So, got a creation said top 15. Yeah, Derek Carr is easily a top 15 quarterback. I really do. Like I said, he just always had a shitty ass defense that made him look bad. He can score points, but just couldn't win games because everybody's scoring on him. Basically, like the Drew Brees when he was in his prime, scoring 30, 40 points a game, but still freaking lose because your team's allowing 50 points a game. It was just sad. Really sad. Tremel said, if Ronald Curry leaves, why not make Breeze the quarterback coach? Hey, I wouldn't mind if I was you. I would bring him in right now. I'll do whatever I can to bring in a guy like Drew Brees to help my quarterbacks because he will be a great, great coach and be able to pass on his knowledge and his game, that he did to become one of the greatest, if not the greatest quarterback of all time. I see you, Tori Shepard. Who that? He said, Hoodie, what it do, big bro? Not much. Talking about some Derek Carr, talking about some, Michael Thomas stuff, etc. That's what we're going to talk about on this show. And in a little bit, I will open up the lines for y'all to come chat it up a little bit before the Super Bowl starts. And we'll chat away to the Super Bowl, and then we'll end it there. And then I'm thinking about just maybe after the Super Bowl, depending on how long that takes, we might do another podcast later. And that's just basically talking about the running back situations, what running backs can we target in the free agency or in the draft that can help this New Orleans Saints out, So we're going to see how everything works, you know what I'm saying? We're just going to see. But we might do that tonight too as well and just have 2 shows tonight. Let's see. Who else we got up in here? Let's see. Also, got a creation says Mahomes doesn't have a good defense. Seahawks didn't. Chargers don't. But guess what? Guess what they do have? You got a creation. Guess what Mahomes has? And guess what the Seahawks has? That Derek Carr didn't have. He didn't have the defense, but he didn't have a great head coach. Remember that they were twisting head coaches like crazy. He never had a great head coach, so that's another reason why. But if you can bring a guy like Dennis, come to a guy like Dennis Allen who has a top 10, top 5 defense for you, and just get your offense rolling, man. You fit into this offense, this team can go somewhere. Remember that guy, Grayson. He never had a great coach or a great defense. They used this guy, and now they just stabbed him in the back and said, "Get out of here, bitch! I'm bitching you." And they're gonna just trade him. He's like, "Nope, I got no trade clause. You are not doing that to me." By the way, everybody that's in the chat, please comment down below and tell me what y'all think. Who y'all think is winning the Super Bowl tonight? I want to hear who y'all think. Is it gonna be Eagles or Chiefs? Who y'all got? And if y'all don't mind too, put it in the chat. Also comment what y'all think the score will be tonight. I would like to hear from y'all and see what y'all thoughts are on that. Keeping it real. What's up, Dolph, man? I'm gonna open up the lines for you and let you come on with me in a second. Michael Thomas, write the whole receipts on everyone, writing them off and sipping them out. And when he stays, I will be releasing receipts on people who want to sing his praise. But we're saying he must go. Yeah, I think he will. I think he might stay. Like I said, if we get the quarterback, Derek Carr or somebody good in here, I think he's willing to take a pay cut and redo his contract to make it affordable for us to keep him. I really do. Like I said, it's just been city that he's been hurt, which is sad, which we all mad about, but it's okay. It's okay, man. St. John Butler. Who that hoodie, man? What's up, St. John Butler? Who that to you, my brother? Philly said it's all good. We've been down it all year. Nothing new. People don't like us. That's what brings out the dog in us. Hey, I just don't like Eagles, okay? Philly? I just don't like them. Sorry. I just don't like them. Sorry. You're in the NFC with us. I'm just not really a big fan of them. Let's see. Anybody else might have said anything? Anybody else? Yeah. You're damn right, Gruden. I mean, got him. He said, to be fair, Carr was putting out a lot of fires for that organization, for the Raiders. Too much drama to be focusing on winning, from Antonio Brown to John Gruden, yep, to releasing all these good star players and not giving them the right pieces, never getting this brother a great old line to protect them. Like, it was just terrible. Switching coaches all the time. No top 10 defense. It's always in the 20s or below. Like, just think of that. It's terrible. It's terrible, y'all. Terrible. But David Jones said KC does have a good defense. This is very underrated. Yeah, they do have a very underrated defense. They got a good play up linebacker, a good top 5 D tackle, Chris Jones. Got some good DBs back there, especially in the safety position with a guy like Justin Reed back there. Really like him. I think Snead is a pretty good one too. I think Snead is a very, very underrated, by the way. Yeah, got it crazy. I'm a Jameis Winston fan. I support him too. He had the same situation. But it seems like every team that he goes to wants to fuck him over. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see if Jameis Winston stays with us or not. We will see. But like I said, Derek Carr won't be a bad option either to bring in if Jameis Winston is gonna go. Because it seems like Dennis Allen don't like Jameis. He got mad at Jameis for calling him out last year. But hey, he deserved what he did. He lied about Jameis's health and stuff like that. So he didn't give him his job back that he told. So I understand why Jameis Winston did that, and I can see why Dennis Allen's mad at him for calling him out. But guess what? He deserved that. He deserved getting called out for that, and I can see why Jameis Winston is not back in the black and gold, and I can see why the Saints are going after a quarterback like Derek Carr, because damn well. Everybody knows damn well Dennis Allen was lying out of his damn mouth last year saying, "Oh yeah, Andy Dalton's the guy. Andy Dalton's the." They know Andy Dalton ain't shit. We all know that. We all know he ain't shit. Okay. We all know he ain't the quarterback, and they know they did Jameis Winston bad. They know they lost him, so now they're going after a guy like Derek Carr or somebody. And I think Derek Carr is a top 10, top 15 quarterback to me. I really do. Jenny, who that to you? All right. Tramel said he thinks the Chiefs. Dana says he got the Chiefs. St. John Butler said Eagles 30-27. Gotcha. Let's see. The Eagles are more complete. KC are more experienced. KC 24, Philly 21. Oh, I see you, David Jones. Derek L. Who that to you, my brother? Glad to see you here, man. Let's see. Hey, by the way, Dollar 17. Let me put the link in the chat for you. Come join up real quick, and if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna put the link in the chat, pinned it to the top. Let my boy Dollar 17 come on for a little bit. Me and him's gonna chat it up, and then after me and him chatted up for a little bit, and I asked him a few questions and have a good conversation with him, I'll bring on everybody else, and we'll have a little round table, talking up, about the situation with the Derek Carr, Michael Thomas situation until it's time for the Super Bowl, which is about 1 hour away from kickoff. So I'm about to pin this to the top. Dollar 17, if you're in there still, my brother, click the link. Come join on. You and me can talk it up for a little bit. We'll talk about the situation. And then after you and me talk for a little bit, we'll bring everybody on and, talk. But hey, if you do have any questions, please put that in the chat and put it in there. Just put hoodie, and then put your question for me and ask me the question. And you can ask me at Dollar 17 anything y'all like to ask. So, but Dollar 17 said we are not drafting a starting quarterback in this draft. We signed Carr. We will sign Carr for the probably next 3 years, and we will draft a quarterback. He can sit behind him. Yeah, to be honest with you, I think, to be honest with y'all, the best scenario for this New Orleans Saints team is to bring in a guy like Derek Carr on a 3-4 year contract. With your first pick, get your D tackle that you need. That's interior. Second round pick. You can get like a running back if Robinson's still there, or a guy like Spears, or if you want to draft a guy like Hidden Hooker, at quarterback, and let him be your backup behind Derek Carr and learn for a year or two, and then once Derek Carr's contract's up, Hidden Hooker should be ready to play and be ready to show off. Ooh, excuse me, y'all, and be ready to show off what what he can do, man. And I think that would be your best scenario, have a veteran quarterback like Derek Carr, who's a top 10, top 15 quarterback. Have a quarterback from the draft, learn behind him, and be the backup. and then draft you a running back because, like I said, Kamara will be most likely suspended next year, 6 to 8 games. So you will want to find a replacement for him. I do think, though, a guy that we do have on the roster that will help out next year is Eno Benjamin. He looked like a dog, especially when he played against our Saints defense last year, ran over 100 something yards in that Arizona game. So I do think he's very talented, and I can see him doing some impact on this team. I ain't gonna lie to you, I really do. Cheese Law says Snead is good. Yeah, I think he's good, my man. I really do. Let's see. By the way, Dollar 17. Click that link, my man. Come join up real quick. Come talk it up for a little bit. Let's see. Got him said, Hoodie, question. What's your take on Baylor University? Okay, so the D tackle added. Yeah. Hey, 6'4", 350 pounds. Yeah. That dude's a damn monster. He's one of my draft choices, I think, that would fit really good at the D tackle because you do need somebody that is huge, that is big, that can just stuff that D line to where they can't just run up the middle and run all over. You need somebody like that. Another one that everybody's, missing in, and I'm looking at his highlights and it's kind of giving me really good vibes is the defensive tackle from Pittsburgh. And you remember the last D tackle that was a dog from Pittsburgh named Aaron Donald. So a lot of people are comparing him to an Aaron Donald. So hey, if we get somebody like let me let me look it up because I can't remember his name literally off the top of my dome. Um Give me 1 second because like I said, I don't remember everybody's name from Pittsburgh. Give me 1 second, people. 1 second, baby. Okay, I think his name is Cansey. Let's see. Is it Kalijah? Yeah. His name is Kalijah Cansey. That is a guy I think is going to be the next type of Aaron Donald at D tackle. He's only 280, and just thinking he's only 6 foot, but he is a dog at D tackle. He's like athletic and really quick and strong at the D tackle position. So he's kind of everybody's saying they're comparing him to like the next Aaron Donald. So he'll be a good person. I think the Baylor guy that you just missing got him. I think he's a good one because, like I said, he's a big guy, can stuff up the middle for you, which is somebody that we do need on this team. Somebody that can stuff up that D tackle position. G Money, who that to you? I think Carr is going to sign with the Saints at the being cut. Contract is probably around already negotiated. Probably that's probably why the dude said release my ass and I ain't giving you no damn picks back. I really do think that. Why give a draft pick when we can just sign him out, right? That's what I'm saying, G Money. That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't think a lot of people are realizing that. Like, I don't think people realize before he even said anything like that. Just remember this: before he said anything of them telling him you better trade me, I'm not signing with anybody. He went and interviewed and went and visited the Saints twice. Did anybody else even offer to trade for him? No. They didn't even get permission because they wasn't going to do nothing for him. Nobody did that. But guess who did show respect and wanted to do that? The Saints. And guess who he did go visit twice in a row? The Saints. But now he's saying, I don't want to get traded to the Saints or anything. Basically just telling you, I am not getting traded. You better release me. Because why waste a team's pick that you're going to go to and give it to a team that stabbed you in the back? You know what I'm saying? I think that's how he feels. And I really have a good feeling that Derek Carr will be signing with the Saints once he gets released. And a few days later, after he gets released, he'll be signed by the New Orleans Saints. I really do. He might explore some other teams like the Panthers or maybe the Falcons if they looking to improve somebody. I can see something like that happening, but I don't think he would go there. I think he knows the Saints is his best option right now because of this team that we have, the great defense he will have, and just the weapons, especially if Michael Thomas does stay with all the rumors I'm hearing and looking and stuff that I'm seeing with Michael Thomas on Twitter, man. I really do think you have a good chance of all that happening. Pelican Nola, he said, Hoodie, I heard the Carolina Kitty Cat try to jump in there late for Derek Carr. Yeah, I don't think they're going to do nothing, to be honest. I don't think they're going to do that good to get Derek Carr. Mr. Who Dat? I see you, my man. Who Dat? Welcome to the chat. Let's see. Got him said, better draft Hidden Hooker. Guy is a development generational talent. Yeah, he's a person that can sit behind a guy like Derek Carr for a few years and then kaboom, come off the bench and be ready to ball. And yes, Cheese Live, you brought up the name Kalijah Cansey after I finally searched it up. But yeah, That's the name. I couldn't remember the name off the top of my dome, but when I looked it up, I remember who it was. It was Kalaja Kansey. I think he's a guy that's going to probably be the next Aaron Donald from Pittsburgh, too. That's the crazy part. They both went to Pittsburgh. What's up, Josh, the Pell fan? Who that to you, my man? I say simply Tasha. Who that to you? Who that to everybody that is in the chat? And by the way, where's my boy Dolph17 at? Dolph, where you at? Don't make me do the Dolph17 thing. Come on in. Take a seat. But y'all give me 1 second. I'm gonna message Dolph17 because I don't see him in here anymore. I'm gonna see if he's coming to hop on. Let's see. Alright, I just messaged him to see if he will I'm gonna see. So give me 1 second. By the way, just to let y'all know, I just got an alert on my phone about the Derek Carr situation of him, not waiving his no trade clause. Just want to let you know, they said he can be released as early as Monday. So maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, sometime next week, you're probably going to see a thing that says the New Orleans Saints have signed Derek Carr. Signed the free agent. I can see it happening sometime this week. Unless somebody else jumps in, calls him and say, hey, I'll give you this much, and he just wants it. I mean, some quarterbacks want to win. Some quarterbacks want the bag. So we got to see. St. John Butler. He said, Hoodie, do you think Smoke Monday makes the roster in 2023? I say yes. With his he kind of reminds me of a Alante Taylor this year, great talented player, speed, can play the safety position for you, really great. And the only other thing I can say about him too is that he's got that attitude. He's got that dog mentality in him. He just got hurt in preseason and or press, I think it might have been, and wasn't able to play this year. So I think Smoke Monday will make the roster for sure, my dude. I think he will. Let's see. Rose City. Who that to you, my man? Who that? Who that? Who that? The numbers. Who that to you? That Raiders flags, or what is this? A Raider flag, or this a Buccaneer flag? I mean, I can't really tell. But who that to you? The numbers. Let's see. Like I said, y'all give me a few minutes. Oh, here we go. Dog17 said, give me a second. He is coming. Gotcha. And we're going to be talking up the Derek Carr situation and stuff like that. Smallville. Who that? If Carr comes to the Saints will start 0-4 with Derek Carr and go the rest of the way without lying ass. Wouldn't that be some weird shit, though? Derek, Dennis Allen, picks him to come play for the Saints, again, just like he drafted him. He drafted Derek Carr. Remember that. And only got the coach for 4 games. So what y'all saying? We're gonna go 0-4 with Derek Carr. I mean, with Derek Carr coming here and Dennis Allen gets fired already. Damn, that'd be effed up, huh? Same story. But I thought that was pretty funny. They did have somebody on Twitter that posted something. He said, "Hear me out. The Saints get Derek Carr. He reunites with Dennis Allen, who drafted him. Him and Derek Carr and makes it to the Super Bowl the next year, which is where? In Las Vegas, and wins the Super Bowl in Las Vegas," he said, in front of his, not his hometown, but basically the team that he played for and played in the stadium that he played in. He said to see that scenario happening, because on the NFL they call it, they said the NFL's rigged. Somebody came out and talked about it was scripted, and now you see all these NFL players saying, "Oh, look at this script that I got today. I'm so happy to see this scripted and stuff." It's pretty funny, okay? So the guy was like, "Hear me out on this one." So it was just, I think he was just joking and messing with people, but hey, that could be a scripted scene that we didn't see coming. Just saying, keep your eyes open on that one. No cap, no filter. He said Carr can pull a Stafford with the Rams here, but I don't trust P. Carmichael, and MT has to return, and Dennis Allen ain't a leader of men like McVay is. That's the difference. Plus, O-line's got to stay healthy and others. Yeah, no cap. I think the O-line definitely got to stay healthy, which you can improve your O-line in the draft or improve it if you need to in free agency or something like that. No cap. I don't know if you was in here earlier when I was talking about it, but Michael Thomas, they had a lot of rumors, a lot of stuff on Twitter that he's responding to. It seems like if Derek Carr does come to the New Orleans Saints, it does look like Michael Thomas is willing to redo his contract and make it affordable to where we can get a guy like Derek Carr in here drawing him the ball. So that's gonna be cool to see. Um, I think all this can happen. I think P. Carmichael might prove a lot of us wrong this year. The reason why I say he might do that is just because he might have the ability to basically do all the offensive call playing now without a Dennis Allen hand in his bag. Like last year, I really don't see that happening this year because he did that last year. And look how terrible the thing is. You just need to let P. Carmichael do his thing, so we can see what we got. If he's not that guy, then you get rid of him. We understand. But you can't be digging your hand in that shit when you're not really an offensive guy. You're more of a defensive guy. You know what I'm saying? So Jerry said that's a sucker near fan. Okay. By the way, let's bring on the guest of the show right now that's coming on and chatting up with us. And that is my guy, Doe17 from Keeping It Real, Who That Podcast. So let me do his entrance. Come on in. Take a seat. Put your feet up. Grab a drink. And let's talk some Saints football. Doe17, man, how you doing?
What's going on, Hoodie? What's going on, family?
Man, not much is talking about some Derek Carr, you know what I'm saying? Michael Thomas might be staying, but man, before we even talk about any of that, who you got today? Who's your pick on Chiefs or Eagles?
Man, I don't like the Eagles, man. So I'm going for the Chiefs.
You're pulling for the Chiefs, huh? Me too. I don't really like the Eagles too, you know what I'm saying? I'm more of a right at the
But
Chiefs.
let me say this, though. I don't like them, but I respect them. That's a damn good football team over there.
Oh yeah, I respect anybody. I just don't like them. You can always, respect somebody without liking them.
Right, right. But yeah, man, with the Derek Carr situation, I think the Saints and Derek Carr may have a little hush hush thing going. Like, hey, instead of y'all giving up something, I'm gonna let them release me. Then we can sit down and negotiate a contract that we both are happy with. I just think they got like a little handshake thing going on. And if I'm wrong, well, you just got to move on from there. But I think Derek Carr is going to be the quarterback of the New Orleans Saints. And let me just say this: the Saints will not be able to draft a quarterback this year that would be a starter. They will not be able to draft a quarterback who will have been a Pro Bowl quarterback. They will not be able to draft a quarterback this year who would be a top 12 quarterback in the National Football League. And I like the comparison of Stafford to Derek Carr. Carr's never played with a top defense. The Saints have the defense. They just need somebody to guide that ship on offense. And for everybody who's against Derek Carr, do you want another season of Andy Dalton? Do you want to go back to Trevor Simeon? Do you want a whole year, another experiment of Taysom Hill? Ian Book. I can keep going on. Um, yeah, I just think, man, that the best thing is to try to get this deal done with Derek Carr. And for everybody out there in La La Land, the Saints not getting Lamar Jackson. You gonna have to give up the house and the farm for Lamar Jackson. And this coaching staff can't afford to do that. That's why I don't think the Saints are going to draft a young quarterback and put him under center. They may, if I think they'll sign Derek Carr if it works out, and then I think they can still draft a young quarterback and have him be the heir apparent to Derek Carr. But listen, getting Derek Carr for 3 years, the man, I believe in his career, he's only missed 3 games, so we will have a reliable starter every week. That's one thing we haven't had in a while. So yeah, I'm down with Derek Carr coming to the Saints. The only thing that I was against was that money, man. And I really don't want to give up no third round pick for him. So by him forcing the Raiders to release him, and him and the Saints could come to a agreement without the Saints having to give up any draft capital, is a win-win situation. That's my thoughts on that. And for all y'all out there who talking about It's time for Michael Thomas to go. I know who y'all is. I got receipts. I saved it from the show. And soon Michael Thomas stay and come out balling out next year. And y'all on these shows talking about Michael Thomas, Michael Thomas. I'm gonna pull out them receipts on you. David. What up, David fam? I had to mess with you, man.
For real though, you got a lot of people that wants Michael Thomas gone, and I don't, I do understand, kind of on their side, I understand what they frustrated about.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, what happens to the Saints when you have somebody that's hurt and you're like, oh, F it, you know what, I'm gonna just give up, and then we do ship them away. What happens? They become a dog on another team.
Right.
So,
So my thing is this, family. Let's think about this. I know we all upset. We all wanted him on the field for the majority of the season this year and last year. But let's just say that this upcoming season, fam, is that year where he's back, he's healthy, and he goes through the entire season. We saw from week one that he still can't go on Mike. Now you add that to like you were saying earlier, Hoodie. You add that to Olave, Shaheed, Jawan Johnson, Alvin Kamara. You see I'm going?
yep,
Maybe we can get Jarvis to resign. If not, I still think Deontay Hart, despite what a lot of people think too, I think Deontay Hart is going to be back on this team because we need a punt returner. I love Shaheed, but for all y'all, Shaheed is not that guy returning punts. I'm sorry. Go just look at the entire direct. He's not that guy. He's not a better punt returner than Deontay Hardy. So that's where I'm at with that, man. And it looks like the Saints may be trying to move on from Andrews Pete. I come around with y'all family on that. So I'm with y'all on that. I don't want to see Pete go, but like you say, if it's gonna save money and they can find somebody just as good, but I think Pete's a good player. But it's just like, hey, he's been missing so many games. And it's the same, but he's never been an All Pro. He's never set the single season record for most receptions in the history of the National Football League. I just don't. Michael Thomas to me is a superstar. You don't just let superstars walk out your building. You just don't give up on them, all of a sudden. And like I said, I understand it's been 2 years. Some of y'all may say three, but I just like to see Mike stay family.
yep. Um, By the way, Gundam said, nah, folks need to realize Carr has tremendous upside and progress and is very, very good. Remember, he would always carve up the Saints several years ago. Y'all remember? I said, yes, I totally remember that. And it definitely makes total sense. Like, the dude has a really good upside. And like I've told everybody earlier, there's two things that he didn't have a defense. But when I'm missing the defense, Guy Christian said, well, understand they don't have that. But there's a lot of teams like the Seahawks who did good that didn't have it. The Chiefs don't really have that great of a defense. Well, first of all, Chiefs have an underrated defense. I think they really have a good defense. Second of all, what those two teams have that Carr never had a Hall of Fame coach. That's
Right,
another thing
right.
he's missing. Remember, he's been having head coaches after head coaches who have just been sucky, been having problems. He dealt with
Can
the Henry Ruggs
right,
situation. He's dealing with all these different problems and situations around him. He never really had an environment where he had a top 10, top 5 defense that can
right.
help
Hey,
carry if he's struggling a game, he's got it. Or
correct. Hey, Josh, the Pels fan, you say how does Carr have tremendous upsides and he's 32? Is 32 really old in the NFL? I mean, guys are playing. Breeze played until what his 40s.
two,
Brady 45. What Aaron Rodgers still slinging that thing. He's 38. Look at the change. A lot of guys changed scenery, man, late in their career, and they had great success, man. It was the Rich Gannons of the league, man. I mean, so I mean, the changes. Look at Stafford. Stafford changed teams. Stafford in his 30s. He won the championship. He won the Super Bowl with the Rams. So I just think, man, listen, Cole, I don't think we can do better this off season. And if you do, look at what I need you to do is go and look at all the free here. If you can bring it up, brother, bring up all the free agent quarterbacks this summer. Mine is Lamar Jackson because we ain't getting Lamar Jackson. So tell
oh, and that's
me,
the one thing, and
yeah,
that's the thing too about him is you can get somebody better than Derek Carr this year, and that would be a Lamar Jackson. But
ain't
guess what
happening.
you're gonna have to do? But guess what's gonna happen when you do that? You're wasting all your draft picks for a guy that you would have to give up a lot of players to, just because you ain't gonna be able to afford him because he's too much.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, man. I mean, so listen, we ain't getting better than that. But Hoodie, if you can, or anybody in the chat, pull up the 2023 quarterback
Yeah,
free agent list.
I got you.
It's Lamar Jackson, and I'm gonna tell you who the second, well, the third one is. The second one, it'll be on Daniel from the Giants, Daniel Jones. Everybody else, I mean, man, come on.
I'm about to pull it up for you right now. Let's see. 2023 QB free agents.
Well, David, you know the Saints go throw some void years in them contracts, man, and gonna create some of them as signing bonus on roster bonus. Like they always do.
Let's see.
They'll move that money around. All
All right,
right.
so this is them right here. Here you go. Tom Brady, but he ain't afraid anymore. He retired. You got Baker Mayfield, Sam
No.
Darnold,
No.
Jimmy G,
Yes.
Teddy B,
No.
Daniel Jones, who I think is gonna be a Giants again. I don't think they're gonna let him go.
Maybe.
Case Keenum,
No.
Mason Rudolph,
No.
Jacoby Brissett,
Nope. He just a good for
Geno
four
Smith,
five games. Nah, I think Gino going back to Seattle.
Joe Flacco,
No, man. Flacco should have been retired.
Andy Dalton,
Hell no.
Mike White,
Nope.
CJ Berthard, or however you say his damn name,
No.
Kyle Allen,
Uh-uh.
Taylor Henneken.
Taylor Heineke from Commanders.
Yeah,
Mm,
ain't too bad. He's all right.
mm, no, but he not what we need. Now go
Lamar Jackson. Yeah,
ain't happening.
but too much. But too much.
Yeah,
Blaine Gabbert.
of course not. Tampa Bay was trying to talk that
Yeah,
man up last year as a savior before Brady resigned, so we all know what he
yeah.
is.
Chase Daniels.
Chase still stealing money. Congratulations.
Chad Hennett. No.
No,
Nick Mullins. No.
no,
Drew Lock.
no,
Brandon Allen.
no.
Josh Johnson.
Of course not. Did you see him in the playoff game? He had the biggest opportunity of
Yep.
his career, and he withered. No.
What about Cooper Rush? Maybe.
Everybody's on Cooper Rush because of that. The season, know what Cooper Rush did this year? He did what Teddy Bridgewater did when Drew was out.
Yep.
So no, I'm not on Cooper Rush.
what about Tyler Huntley?
No, that's T. Shout out to T.J. Jones. That's his boy. He was calling Tyler like a possible franchise. TJ. I'm not with you on that. I saw Tyler Huntley when he was getting the snaps every week. They had film on him, and he didn't impress me.
Gotcha. And then you got a guy like Trace McSorley,
Never heard of him, so that's no.
Jarrett Stidham, who I think is going to
No.
be with
Well,
the
Stidham go
Raiders.
probably start from the Raiders until they
Yep.
youngster ready.
You got Easton Stick. You got a Bryce
No sir.
Perkins.
No sir.
Gardner Minshew, maybe.
Nah,
Not
Minshew.
really. He's kind of like a what if.
Yeah, that's like a what if.
But
But
that's what I'm
how
saying. Your
far you
best
going with
option is
Gordon
Derek.
Minshew? Thank you. That's what I'm saying. They act like we getting like a bottom
Oh,
25 quarterback.
let me ask you this because I think he is. To me, Derek Carr, I think he's easily a top 10 through 15 quarterback. So probably in the mid, I'd say, of the top 15. A lot of people say, oh, no, he's behind the
Well,
top 15. I'm
he
like, do you not realize his talent that he really is? Like, he can really be a top 10 quarterback with the right situation.
maybe the team quit on him, Smallville. The team quit on him. That man been giving it all to the Raiders for 9 years, man. And the
Mhm.
way things happen, maybe Josh McDaniels not just that good of a head coach. How about that? How about he was just with Bill Belichick? Because a lot of Bill Belichick coaches who lead, they don't seem to have a lot of success with that. Mine is Mike Verbal with Tennessee.
My boy Josh DePel fan, he said, I'll take Ian Buck for the tank. Why does everybody think we're just going to tank?
The Saints are not tanking. It's like this. The Saints they got too much talent to tank, but they just missing a couple players to get over that threshold, and they just can't get them because of them. You know, get enough of them. Now I think if they really want to move pieces around, they can go get exactly who they want. But the total number, the Saints are gonna have to have some players step up this year. Mainly a first round pick who got a healthy scratch this year, which we all are trying to figure out how that happens. And Peyton Turner, we're gonna need Carl Granderson to continue to grow and show what he showed this past year, but he's gonna have to step up 10 times. Um, I think the Saints definitely need to look in the draft to bring in a young edge rusher. And of course, we know they need help in the defense and interior. And I'm for the kid from Baylor. I'm screaming Ica and I'm screaming Mizey Smith. If any one of those guys are there, I take one of them.
Hmm. 504 code. Who that to you, my man? Jerry said on a scale 1 through 10, how bad do you hate the Eagles? I'll say about a 5. I really don't really hate the Eagles. I just hate their fans that are so cocky and trying to be smart. Oh, we stole a pick from a Saints. Trying to be so cocky. That's the only people. That's the only thing I hate. I ain't really hate the team. I ain't like I hate Jalen Hurts. Ain't like I hate any of the receivers. I'm not gonna lie. I do like Devontae Smith. He is from Louisiana. I think he went to school probably 30 minutes from me. So,
Okay.
so I can't be too mad about Devontae Smith, man. It's Poppy 504. I see you, my man. Who that to you? Pelican only said Dennis Allen don't want Jameis Winston. This is the second year in a row that he went off at the quarterback. So he's telling you right there he doesn't want him. Oh yeah, he doesn't want him after last year because he called him out too.
And he don't want anything that had to do with Sean Payton. If y'all ain't paying attention, he trying to get rid of every well except Pete Carmichael, but
Yeah.
but every remnants of Sean Payton except Pete Carmichael. And we might as well get ready, y'all, because we about to lose Ronald Curry.
Oh yeah, Ronald. I mean, to be honest with you, Pete Carmichael might be the one that needs to go, and you keep Ronald Curry
Yeah.
as your offensive coordinator.
And what's kind of strange to me is I read yesterday, and maybe I don't know if family, maybe some of y'all read that Eric B. Enemy is up for two offensive coordinator position after the Super Bowl. So he could be leaving the Kansas City Chiefs. The Saints kept the man for 8 hours last year. If this man is interested in leaving for OC position, that's who the Saints should be all in on. If you're not gonna keep running Curry, that's who they should be all in on. And remember, I am the one who was saying all that time that I didn't want um Eric Bieniemy. But man, after a whole season of Pete Carmichael and having to witness what I witnessed, man, I take a flyer on him.
Yeah, I always
It,
wanted a guy like Eric Bieniemy because see, like he's in a weird situation. He's kind of like a almost like a Pete Carmichael, but he wants to be a head coach. You know what I'm saying? He wants to show his opportunity and show you like it's not just because of me sitting behind Andy Reid. I really am that great. I can be that great coach that you need. And he wants the opportunity. Remember, people offered Pete Carmichael to be their head coach before an offensive coordinator, and he just passed the ball up. He didn't want it because he doesn't want to be that type of guy. But every bit of me does. And a person I feel like that wants to be that person, that wants the opportunity, that wants to prove you wrong, will damn like I think he would definitely coach and be a way better offensive coordinator than most of these other people, that don't really want the job. You know what I'm saying? Remember last year? I don't want the job. I don't want it. And then he wound up being here anyway.
right, right.
So I don't know. It just confuses me sometimes on some of the stuff that people say. 504 Co also comment up in the chat. He said we got to keep Mike T, Dolph, especially if you bring Carr in. It would be a grave mistake to get rid of Mike.
I'm with you, 504 Co. I'm right there with you, brother.
Yep, and that's what Randy said too. I think MT will work something out. If Derek Carr signs, I think he will too. With all this stuff that's going on Twitter and Instagram and all this, I really do think. And that is one thing that my boy Who Dat Nation. That's why I said shout out to Who Dat Nation for coming up with this scenario and we're looking at everything that Michael Thomas has posted on Twitter and Instagram and stuff like that. So shout out to him. And I think we all kind of agree with each other about Andrews Pete. It ain't like Andrews Pete not good when he's playing, but he I guess you could say Pete and Davenport are the same thing. You just not there for us. You always hurt. And some people were like, well, we don't want to get rid of Pete, because he is a good, guard when he's there. But the question is, you can go find
No, you can't.
anybody,
No, you
and
can't.
you can no, I said you can go find any guard that can probably be better than him just because at least they'll be
Better
on
than
the field
who?
playing
Better than
than
who?
Pete. No, I said
It ain't.
anybody that's better than Pete.
It ain't too many goals in this league better than Pete.
Well,
Y'all,
I'm talking about they're gonna be there playing for you at least instead of being on the bench and you're paying them money to
I
not
don't
play.
know. Maybe it's our training staff. It seems like we can't get this injury bug straight. It's like we keep getting hit hard by injuries the last 3 years. It's crazy. So maybe it's the training staff, the medical staff that needs another overhaul. Because evidently what they did this past whole season didn't work either.
Hmm. No cat, no filter says Saints behind scenes are working on MT and Carr contract to make it work for both to play for the Saints. I think that's what they're doing. And I think that's why when they found out that, what they can do, probably Derek Carr visited and probably found out, hey, Michael Thomas going to stay. And, he probably said, I can work out my contract. Then he probably said, that's why he said, you know what? I don't want to be traded to anybody. I'm holding my no clause. I want y'all to release me. Because he knows, like, hey, if I'm coming to the Saints, why should I give up a pick? Why would I give my team a pick when they can use that third round pick for me to help me with more weapons? That's how I see it.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I hope you're right. I hope they are working behind closed doors. Like I said when I came on, I think they have a plan in motion, and I think by Friday, maybe next week, and Derek Carr will be the quarterback of the New Orleans Saints, and that'll be something we won't have to worry about. We'll have stability at the quarterback position. Then we can worry about filling other needs that this team has, major needs like defense and interior, um, edge rush, punt returner, offensive guard, and also back another tackle because Landon Young showed me nothing, and I'm tired of Throckmorton. I don't know what the love is with him, but he can go. He definitely could be replaced. We need a coach, and we have to address the running back position in free agent and the draft. Even though I know we have the young man Inu still on the team, but like I said, like we all would, I love to have the young man on Willow Street. I love to have Ty J in the Saints uniform. You know, maybe the Saints make surprises and make a splash in the running back um at running back for free agency. Never know.
Yep.
Nah, man, Josh Rose and his Maul say he trash. Yeah, man. I think the Colts ruined that kid when they drafted him, man. They ruined that kid. Or was he with the Dolphins first? Whoever you got drafted by first, I think they ruined that kid, man. And it's a shame, man. I know the kid had came in with some they talking about his attitude and everything, but I think the young Shaheed will surprise a lot of wide receivers personnel.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. I see it. Rasisa, he's got some really good talent. I think it's going to be amazing for this team.
David, funny boy. Oh, you leave it up to David. Hey, put it on David, man. David Jones start Throckmorton with Nate and Peterman. Let's get that on 17. Man, the Saints. If we couldn't handle a 7-10 season, just think about trying to handle a 0-17 season. Do y'all know what kind of days that's going back to? Y'all couldn't. A lot of y'all literally commit suicide, and I'm not saying I know it's not a joking matter, but some of y'all literally had to be talked off the bridge.
Yeah. 504 coach said, Hoodie, I'll say give Carr 3 years at 75 million, 60 guaranteed. That should do it. What you think? Dolph, sounds reasonable?
So that's about what a year. About what? About what? 20 million a year? Yeah. I mean, yeah, starting for a starting quarter, but yeah, Gundam Davenport gone, man.
Huh.
Unless he gives them a team friendly deal. Yeah, man. Shouts out to TJ, man. I hope him and his family and everybody in that area is okay, man. They had a
Yep.
tornado today, man. So our prayers go out to the family members out there in Carolina, man. Hope everything's all right. Everyone's safe.
Yes, sir. Prayers out to your TJ and your people. Got him say goodbye to Davenport, not Davenport.
Give me a minute.
Davenport. That's his nickname, Davenport. Can you hear me? Okay, cool. David Jones, interesting fact. I didn't know I'm in San Diego, and Saheed and Olave are from here. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. I was getting my wife comfortable, man. She had surgery, man. So I'm trying to get her comfortable and everything. So getting ready to watch this Super Bowl. So, hey, Hoodie, man, I appreciate it, man. I'm about to get ready to get out of here, man. I want to say to all the family members, happy Super Bowl Sunday. Let's turn out after the night, turn our attention to the Derek Carr watch, the free agency in the NFL draft. Believe it or not, family, brighter days are coming for us. We just got to hang in there. If you're a true who that, which I know y'all is, hey, we gonna be all right. And this time next year, even with Dennis Allen as our coach, we all will take us playing on Sunday, on the last Sunday of the season. That means he would have been and redeemed himself and changed the narrative of him being an awful head coach. And we all will take that because that means our New Orleans Saints are once again winners. So with that being said, I'm out of here. Hoodie, I appreciate you, my brother. Love you. And I'll talk to everybody later. Who that?
Who that, Dolph? Who that? By the way, everybody, Super Bowl is about to start over here in a little bit. So we're going to end the podcast right here. I appreciate everybody tuning on in today. And I'm hoping that after the Super Bowl is over, I'm going to probably do one more podcast, and that's going to be on some running back free agents that we need to talk about, see what we can do to improve that position. And we'll talk about that later. But with that being said, hope everybody enjoys the Super Bowl tonight. Hopefully it's a good game. Not no boring game like the Patriots versus Rams year when we got cheated. I don't want to see no damn 10-3 score. That's going to be boring. So I want to see some excitement in this game. And with that being said, go Chiefs, because I don't like the Eagles. So go Chiefs, man. And prayers out to my boy TJ Jones, man. Hopefully you and your people good, because like everybody said, there was a tornado out there. Hope everything is good, my man. But who that? Love y'all. See y'all after the Super Bowl.
Run it up, Valero. Say what they lie. Say what they lie. Say what they lie. Say what they lie. We screaming black and gold. We screaming black and gold. We screaming black and gold. We going to the bowl. We screaming black and gold. We screaming black and gold. We screaming black and gold. Saints going to the Super Bowl, talking black and gold. Young Nolan Hooded Jew wanna beat me like you know. Chris Olave, MT down the field. Once to throw the ball deep, yeah, you know it's getting real. Put Jarvis in the slot, he gon' do damage. AK in the backfield, you know Durant. E. Davis coming through the line, QB running out of time. Tom Brady, that's mine. Yeah, the Saints did it fine. Hold up, chopper style, choppers out. Them boys wild, yeah, them boys wild. Chopper style. Choppers out, the boys wild, yeah, them boys wild. Hold up, yeah, we rolling. Hold up, yeah, we rolling. Hold up, yeah, we toting, my life. Marshawn Lattimore, play the left field. Marcus May play deep safety, so you know the deal. We got Tyron in the box, got the QB on lock. Man, we ready to rock. See, they gone in the slot out. A Devo, play the right side. Stop playing with that boy. 29, ready to ride. We ain't tripping at all. We going to the top. Yeah, we gon' spin they block. Yeah, we knocking on their top block. line. We rapping Florida leads, so boy was poppin'. The Saints really wildin', them boys on fire. We really #1, we move with silence. We zip them boys up if it's a problem. Chop us out, chop us out. Them boys wild, yeah, them boys wild. Chop us out, chop us out. Them boys wild. Hold up.